Here's one of the problems we work on in the lab. Malaria. That mosquito is carrying parasite that kills about 1 million people a year, half of which are kids, mostly in Africa. This is a protocol diagram for malaria. So what hackers do is take a protocol like this and look at every point along the protocol and try and figure out how do we attack that? How do we make it do something different than what it was trying to do? What happens if we inject a little 1 or a 0 right there where, where the parasite is living in your bloodstream? So the way we used to solve malaria here, I don't know about here and mostly in the US is DDT. We spray chemicals which kill everything, right? That works, but it's politically unpopular. So we're looking for other ways, and one of the ways that we do that is we explore that in software. This is a computational model, a Monte Carlo simulation of Madagascar, where we simulate basically every pixel of Madagascar, right? But instead of the color, we're putting climate data, rainfall, the travel of humans, everything that affects the spread of malaria, and we can model that over the course of years and see what happens if we plot an eradication campaign where we start to go in and apply some new techniques to getting rid of malaria once and for all. I think we can get rid of malaria entirely in our lifetime. A lot of people are working on it. We have the political will to do it, and we mostly have a lot of the technologies, but here we can test them in software before we ever do anything in the real world. So our way of killing malaria, in part, is to find the mosquitoes that carry it and shoot them down with laser beams. So in our lab, we invented this thing, and no one believed it was possible because it sounds ridiculous. And so we built it. So we built a machine that finds mosquitoes flying around. The main idea of how you would deploy this is perimeter security. We put these things on fence posts around a building or a village. It finds all the mosquitoes flying in and shoots them down, but lets humans and the harmless bees and butterflies come in and do their thing. You might want this for your backyard. I don't know. It turns out that we invented this for humanitarian reasons, but it also is possible to use it for protecting crops, and we have what I'd call a organic photonic pesticide, right? Yeah, thank you. So the way this thing works, interestingly, is we find things that are moving around with a CMOS sensor, like from a webcam. We aim a laser at them and sample their wing beat frequency. From that, I can figure out this is a bug, it's a mosquito, it's Anopheles stephensi, it's female, and then I fire a lethal laser at it to shoot it down. All the parts in this thing, I know it sounds ridiculous, all the parts in this thing are consumer electronics, right? These things follow Moore's law. So we use the laser from a Blu-ray burner, the CCD from a digital camera, laser galvos from a laser printer. I mean, all this stuff, you can plot a curve and the price goes down with economies of scale, right? So for fun, I'll show you some of the footage we've taken in the lab of us killing mosquitoes with lasers. We have one of the most badass high-speed video cameras in the world, so I can shoot HD at 7,000 frames a second. So this is what mosquitoes look like when they're flying. This is a sort of an experiment where we can show the fluid dynamics around how mosquitoes fly. We're looking at his wings here. They're neutrally buoyant particles in the air that we've lit up, and we're watching them to see how the mosquito flies. We want to know our enemies so that we can find more effective ways to get rid of them. Shoot down sequence. So that guy just got lit up by a UV laser, which damaged his wing, and he's not going to fly anymore. No one seems to mind. Normally, you kill bugs in a lab. Okay, this guy, we kind of, shot him with a little too much energy, and his wing just vaporized. Again, no one's coming to the rescue of mosquitoes. Turns out they don't represent more than 5% of anyone's food supply. So if we accidentally kill all the mosquitoes, no one's actually going to care. And then just for fun, some gratuitous overkill. Okay, we're trying to figure out exactly how much laser energy is necessary to kill a mosquito, keep it from reproducing. Haven't actually honed in on the right number yet. Okay.